Hi everyone, my name is Axel Leaf Kabugason from the code 1305 in ACC 213 course, which is the Strategic Cost Management. And today we will gonna discuss about the last topic in weeks 7 to 8, which is all about lean accounting and productivity measurement. So for today's video, we will gonna know how lean accounting and lean manufacturing differ from each other and how or what is the main role of the company's output and company's input in measuring their productivity. So first, let's talk about lean accounting. So what is lean accounting? So first, lean accounting, it organizes costs according to the value chain and collects both financial and non-financial information. The objective is to provide financial statements that better reflect overall performance using both financial and non-financial information. So lean accounting does not only focus on financial information, but also both financial and non-financial information. And its main objective is to provide financial statements that reflect better overall performance through organizing costs according to the value chain. So what is lean manufacturing? Lean manufacturing, it is an approach designed to eliminate waste and maximize customer value. It is characterized by delivering the right product in the right quantity with the right quality at the exact time the customer needs it and at the lowest possible cost. So the difference between lean manufacturing and lean accounting is that lean manufacturing applies lean accounting. In lean manufacturing, it is all about eliminating waste while maximizing customer value. It means that manufacturers or producers produce only the goods of the goods that the customer are based on the customer's needs. For example, in a cake shop, when the customer orders 6 layers of cake, the producer only produce 6 layers of cake, and it will not produce beyond that particular order of the customer, which means that in lean manufacturing or in the bigger picture, manufacturers do produce goods only with the exact right amount or quantity that the time the customer needs it, with the right product, and of course, with a high quality at the lowest possible cost. So, in short, the manufacturers who use the just-in-time inventory management is also called a lean manufacturing. So in lean manufacturing or in lean accounting, it requires lean thinking. And lean thinking has 5 principles, and which are the value stream, the flow, the pool, and the perfection. So the value, it specifies the value of the products or of the particular products. The value stream is that the second principle, which talks about providing the value stream of the particular production. And the flow is providing value flow, or making a value flow in the particular manufacturing system, and letting the customers pull the value in the production. And lastly, pursue perfection. So the last principle, we all know that it is almost impossible, or maybe it is impossible to pursue perfection, which means that manufacturers should make its products with zero defects. So we all know that it is almost impossible to have zero defects in making a particular products. But in lean accounting, it is manufacturers should at least eliminate wastes through continuous monitoring. So lean manufacturing has its advantages: better quality, increased productivity, of course, reduced lead times, major reductions in inventories, reduced setup times, lower manufacturing cost, increased production rates. So the advantages on lean manufacturing focuses more on maintaining a better quality on its products, at the same time meeting the needs of the customers, which result to a more lower or to a lower inventory, at the same time lower manufacturing costs, and which results to a reduction of the processing time. So a good example of this is that the emphasis on labor efficiency by comparing actual hours used with hours allowed for production encourages production to keep labor occupied and productive. Another example is the emphasis on departmental efficiency will cause non-bottleneck departments to overproduce and build work in process inventory. So based on the lean accounting examples, so lean accounting focuses more on avoiding overproduction or overproducing of goods in order to eliminate wastes and lower manufacturing costs. So that's all about the lean accounting. And next is all about the productivity measurement. So what is productivity measurement? So a productivity measurement is a quantitative assessment of productivity changes. So often compared to the performance of a prior period, another firm, the industry standard, or a benchmark in assessing a firm's productivity. So the formula for measuring productivity is equal to output over the input. So the productivity measurement or measuring productivity, it focuses more on the performance of a particular company of a prior period. So for example, the total outputs of a particular company produced, it relates to the total inputs of a particular producer make. So the productivity, in short, or the productivity of a particular company tells about how much input does a company produce above the total, how much output does the company produce on the total input of the company, of the total input that exists in a particular industry. So there are two types of productivity measurement. It is named as the operational productivity and the financial productivity. So the operational productivity, it is equals to the output over the input in units. Meanwhile, the financial productivity is equal to the output divided by the input in pesos. So in short, from the word operational and from the word financial, operational productivity focuses on the number of outputs that a particular company or industry produce. Meanwhile, the financial productivity is how much the total inputs in pesos does a particular industry produce. So examples of this is equal the direct materials in computing the direct materials yield, which is equal to the output divided by the input of materials, and also the output per labor hour, which is equals to the output divided by the input of labor hours. So here is the two main components of measuring productivity: the partial productivity and the total productivity. So partial productivity, it consists of two components also: the partial operational activity and the partial financial activity. And next is the total productivity. So what are these components of measuring productivity? So partial productivity, it measures the relationship between the output and one or part of the required input resources used in producing the output. So its formula is partial productivity is equal to the number of units or value or output manufactured divided by the number of units or cost of a single or part of input resources. So partial productivity, from the word itself, partial, so it measures the relationship between the output manufactured and the cost of a single or part of the input resources. So it has two parts: the operational activity and the financial activity. So we all know that we've discussed earlier, what is the meaning of the operational and the financial activity, which means that operational activity refers on the total number of units or output produced in units, while the financial activity refers on the output in pesos. So partial operational productivity, partial operational productivity, it required physical amount of an input resource to produce one unit output. So in short, partial operational productivity refers on the relationship between the number of units or output manufactured over the required physical amount of an input resource to produce one unit output. On the other hand, partial financial activity refers to the number of units or the value of output manufactured for each peso spent on the input resources. So, partial productivity, what are its advantages? So, it has its advantages. So first, it allows managers to focus on the use of a particular input. Next, second, it is easily interpreted by all within the organization. And last, productivity ratios of prior batches of goods and productivity trends within the year can therefore be tracked. So, tracking of the productivity trends within the year can be easily through can be easily um, tracked through the use of partial productivity, because partial productivity, it refers to the ratio of the productivity of the prior batches of goods within the year. Meanwhile, it has also its limitations. First, it ignores in effect the changes in other manufacturing factors have on the productivity. Next is an improved partial productivity does not imply that the firm or division operates efficiently. And lastly, an improved partial productivity could have been obtained by decreasing the productivity of one or more other input resources. So in short, the partial productivity does not measure the efficiency of the operation of the manufacturing system. So that is its main disadvantage when a particular manufacturer use the partial productivity and does not use the total productivity measurement. So next, we've tackled about the partial productivity. So let's proceed on the total productivity. So total productivity shows the relationship between the output and the total cost of all input resources used to produce the output. So total productivity is equal to the unit or sales value of output divided by the total cost of all input resources. So in short, total productivity is a financial productivity measure. So if the partial productivity shows the relationship between the output manufactured divided by one particular input produced in a particular department, the total productivity, it shows the relationship between the output and the total cost of all input resources used to produce the output. So total productivity, it has no other components like the partial productivity, which has the financial and the operational. In total productivity, it is a pure financial productivity measure because its common denominator is all about the total cost. It talks about the total cost of all input resources, which means that it does not measure or it does not reflect on the total output, total units of all input resources. So it has also its advantages. First, it measures the combined productivity of all operating factors. And next, it decreases the possibility of manipulating some of the manufacturing factors to improve the productivity measure of other manufacturing factors. So if the disadvantage of the partial productivity, it talks about the efficiency of the particular outputs of a particular company. The total productivity measurement, it talks about the the combined productivity of all operating factors. So it includes the all operating factors, unlike to the partial productivity, which only includes a particular operating factors, which is the main reason why it is not reflect the efficiency of the particular manufacturer. So in this total productivity measurement, it talks about the combined productivity of all operating factors. In short, it is a more reliable way to measure the productivity of a particular company or industry. But total productivity has its limitations also. So executives at the operational level may have difficulty linking financial productivity measures to their day-to-day operations. And next is that it can ignore the effects of changes in demand for the product changes in selling prices of the goods and services, and special purchasing and selling arrangements on productivity. So since total productivity measurement, it talks about um, it has only the scope of the financial productivity measurement. Um, the total productivity measurement does not include the operational productivity measure. So executives at the operational level may have difficulty linking financial production. So of course, at operational level should also link operational activities. So it does not include the financial productivity. So since total productivity measurement is purely financial productivity measure, so the executives or the people who work at the operational level have difficulty in linking financial productivity measures. So that's all about my topic, or that's all about the topic the last topic in weeks 7 to 8 in this course, which is all about the lean accounting and productivity measurement. I hope that you have learned something about my my I hope that you have learned something about this video, and thank you for watching. Bye.